let's start with some basics about AI and data. Because finally, everything about bias and fairness and artificial intelligence stems out of data. A machine which learns, perceives, gives decision, and solves problems. That can be the four definitions of a simple AI.
There's really a lot of scope for AI, but then that also opens up the conversation about the ethical use of AI.
There were decisions taken by humans in the past. There were decisions taken by machines. And those decisions need not be accurate or need not be what we want to do it in the future. What is the importance of historical data, and what happens if the historical data is not as what we want? Can we still deploy AI applications?
The first thing is the importance of the historical data. What happens if that is not correct? The short answer is that it can have embedded bias.
I remember that recollected one of my discussion with one of the bank here in United States, that they said, we found last 15 years, some of the decisions taken were racially biased, okay, or gender biased, that women were given higher interest rate versus men or vice versa. And again, I'm just taking an example, not the actual fact. But these biases which were there in the past, they said, if you take this historical data and you train your algorithm, potentially we are going to spit out the same results. And if the same results come out, they may be biased, and legally or regulatory people will not accept use of AI.
One of the biases was pertaining to a computer vision problem. So the solution was basically around facial recognition of people.
When the word bias comes it has a negative annotation. But when you're talking about quote unquote bias, which is good, then it is not a bias. It is a pattern in the data, or it is what occurrences have happened in the historical data. In some large bank having $200 million of fraud, the probability or possibility that in the historic data of 10 years, there may be one such occurrence out of billions of occurrences. That cannot be called as a bias. That is really a least occurrence. And that actually is a very important data for machine to learn, because what really that bank want to invest into an AI application is that in next 10 years, that one event sometime which happens, which is going to lose them $200 million, they need to detect that in advance in future so that they can control it.
For every traditional enterprise, there is a findability sciences solution.